Yo, what's up, everybody? This is South Central, back at it again. How many boosters you guys got? Just kidding. All right, so this video is going to be a review on black conservatives versus white liberals. This is on Jubilee, okay? Supposed to find a middle ground. I like watching videos like this because some conversations need to be had. You don't really have conversations between conservatives and liberals because somebody usually gets offended by what people say and how they view life. It's two different ways of viewing life. I am a conservative. I come from a liberal lifestyle, right? Raised in the hood, South Central. But I grew up to become conservative. Doesn't mean I'm an enemy. Doesn't mean I'm blackface or white supremacy. Some may believe that, but I don't. All right, so I want to learn something from this conversation. I also want to give input, all right? Let's get into it.
What the next 112 episodes will be. Join our Middle Ground Patreon community and make Middle Ground with us.
I was chosen to read the following prompt. White Americans have way more advantages than black Americans.
She sound like a boy, low-key, I ain't gonna lie.
I think I'm a rarity here.
It would seem so.
Do white Americans have more advantages because they're white, or do just white Americans have advantages because of historic factors? I think that people want to argue at the end of the day over whether it's because you're white or not. I think that the answer is because you're white in the past, and that's how it kind of carries over to today. You know, even in times of the United States history where black people have tried to build wealth, you know, with the Tulsa riots and everything, yes, where, yeah, that this wealth has been destroyed. And something that's upsetting to me is when conservatives talk about how we can't blame the past for what's happening in the present. That is true to some extent, but then in the next breath, they'll talk about how important it is to have dual parent households, how important it is to have a strong family.
Wait. He said that is true at some point. Like, don't bring up the past because it has nothing to do with the future. That is true at some point, but what about the nuclear family? I get kind of where you're coming from, but I don't get it because the reason why we say don't bring up the past, because a lot of times, even though you didn't go through slavery, because that's the main topic when you talk about the past. Even though you didn't go through slavery, a lot of black people will make the excuses of not getting up and making a difference in their life because of what happened in the past, although they were not born. So they will make the excuse that they were affected by it, all right? But that mindset destroys black people, and it makes it seem like they can't grow. But the mindset keeps them stuck in the stupor that they're in. There's no reason to try if I already failed. There's no reason to try if there's an imaginary boot on my neck, okay?
Have responsibility passed on from parent to child, and we've seen in the past that because of racial issues, that process has been severely disrupted.
The funny thing is that agreeing with all these things is when I did my research when I was younger, which arrived me to my standpoint of being a conservative, because I believed it was racist, Democrat, liberal ideologies and policies dating all the way back to the 1800s, all the way up to the 1960s.
Facts. He's holding the Democratic Party accountable for the KKK, for their part in the destruction of the black nuclear family. Or he's pointing the finger where it lies. I believe the same thing. I believe that, but I lead on the opposite end. I believe that conservatives were the reason why black people were in shackles, why black people could not get their life together. I was a part of the liberal mindset. Everything is because of the white man. But I didn't grow that way, okay? I didn't see myself getting outside of the hood because that was the life for me. I was waiting on reparations. But the mindset keeps you there. So if you choose to believe that, you are the bearer of your own decisions, especially when it comes to America. It's not like how it used to be back then where you couldn't control what's around you, right? You had no fight in the game. So now that we do, there's no excuses, all right? There's no reason to make it better if you're still making the same excuses as if it was not better, as if it's not getting any better. In the past, things did happen, all right? We can't deny that, but you can't make the same excuses as your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents. That's unacceptable. At this point, you're choosing to be a victim, and that's the argument.
And then the purported big switch, but I think it was more so when Democrats decided to be a bit more cloak and dagger about their true opinions of black people.
Right, they start lying, okay? They literally just start lying. Oh, that wasn't us, we changed. When did it change? I don't know, it just changed somewhere. That's a lie. When you look back in history, the KKK and the history of the Democratic Party and them trying to oppress black people, when did that change? They got more witty, okay? They start giving out government assistance. They start handing out abortion and saying that, hey, it's women's rights, but literally it's still a depopulation agenda. It never has stopped being a depopulation agenda, but they cover it up with fancy words, okay? They cover it up with a person that looks like you to do the bidding of the New World Order, all right? They put somebody in front of you, oh, you're black. You look just like me. Oh, Hillary Clinton pulled out the freaking hot sauce. She understands the struggle. You know, Joe Biden saying that if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Oh, he understands. I'm just stupid. I'm going to vote for him. Yeah, that's what they do.
More secretive and more, oh, we want to help you by, you know, doing these things and seeing them as inferior.
Doing what things?
Affirmative action, welfare, all sorts of things that eventually ruin our culture and place us where we are now.
So
but
Chandler.
I want to get back to the history of it because we're talking about...
Well, I just want to make sure we're clear. Giving them money hurt them, right? Is that what you're saying?
No, Alec, no. Nothing was free. The assumption, right, was that it was free. They tell you that, hey, I'm just giving you money. It always come as innocence. Hey, I'm not here to hurt you, man. I'm just trying to give you free money. No, it's always been a lie. Okay, they just cover things up. They hide their hand, and then you get trapped by it. Okay, under the pretense of help.
Well, yes, giving them, because if your father's out of the home, that's when we give you the money. If you're living in this housing,
so then give them the money while the dad's
rent-free.
Well, then give them the money while the dad's in the home.
If you're working this amount of hours and getting less than this amount of dollars, you're getting money from the government. Yes, it is incentivizing. You're throwing the baby out with the bathwater. I don't even know what that means in this scenario because yes. Okay, you want to talk about throwing babies out with the bathwater? Margaret Sanger wanted to exterminate the black race because she thought they were weeds. So yeah, we can literally talk about
Chandler. I get it, right? He going off. I get it, but sometimes when you're dealing with other people and you're having a conversation, sometimes you gotta control yourself because people will use that against you. All right. I know this is not a battle between, I know it's not a battle between moral and immoralness, depending on how you look at it. But sometimes, especially when you're battling ideals, you're trying to make someone understand where you're coming from. When you become too passionate, right? I get that. I get that too sometimes. When you become too passionate, sometimes they look at you like, damn, he's outrageous. He's yelling. Okay, you're passionate about what you're saying, right? But sometimes it makes you go off topic because you have a lot to say, right? And when it comes to conservatives, right, we are censored. There's a lot of things that we can't say. Sometimes you got to self-censor. So when you have an open platform, you're going off because it's the only time you get to talk, really, for real. And nobody want to debate you because you're conservative, right? Your lifestyle is old. Why are you talking about this? They shame you. You get shamed into self-censoring. So when you get the chance to talk, a lot of times you go overboard. All right. You get real passionate. Like finally I get to talk subconsciously because you don't notice that you're doing it. But when you're trying to express yourself, please notice that. Not saying you teaching because not like the other person don't know, but when you're trying to express yourself, understand that you are talking to somebody else. OK, so keep the conversation going, but understand that you don't want to make other people shut down because then the conversation gets nowhere.
Throwing the baby out with the bathwater. That's what Margaret Sanger, that's what Democrat policies wanted to do to my people. So that's why I feel so strongly about it, because it is these policies that date back centuries that were built off of the death and poverty of my people.
Let's take a breath.
So I'm breathing.
Okay.
So a lot of babies aren't, but I am, sadly.
Jesus.
I
don't know what that means.
You're right.
When I say throw the baby
hey, Alec, you know what that means. Stop playing, bro.
With the bathwater, you want to completely get rid of welfare. Okay, or at least I don't want to put that on you. You haven't said that, but the conservative apparatus does. Clearly.
Yes, they do want to because it didn't help. They tried it, didn't work. It's a fail, right? You regroup something else, try to make it better. Because when it comes to welfare, it was not what Chandler's saying. What I'm saying is that it's literally not trying to help you. It's trying to keep you down. It's not like a loan where you can get on your feet and pay it back, whatever. It's to keep you that way. And if you don't, and you try to rise up in economic status, they take everything away from you. They punish you for it. There is no help. Okay. but they come with the false pretense of helping you. That's literally what he's saying. So not saying that it didn't help people eat, because it is different than a lot of countries. They don't give a crap. When you poor, you poor. You just gonna die poor, okay? What he's saying is that they didn't truly try to help. They had a mindset of creating a permanent Democrat, okay? They don't want you. You cannot talk against the person that's feeding you. So therefore, I don't want them cutting my funding. So I'm going to do what they say. It's literally like normal, regular liberal politicians that get paid by the big oligarchs and say, hey, tax the rich. They're never going to tax the rich. OK, they just saying that because they want to comply with their constituents, but they truly don't believe what they say because they're bought and paid for. But the moral of this conversation is that they do it under the false pretense of helping you. They really care. They don't. OK, they have a hidden agenda. Keep you a Democrat.
So giving money to a group of people does not hurt them.
I mean, sure, if you're talking about a lottery, just take money. But
yes.
there are strings attached to that money.
Take all the money.
There are strings attached to that money.
Give them millions. Make them all millionaires. I don't care. Giving money to black people does not hurt them.
And that has not happened, though. That has not happened.
What do you mean?
That has not happened.
But see, when it comes to this, Alec, you have to try to understand what we're saying. I come from that. It did not help. It did not help my brothers. It didn't help me. I grew up in poverty. I grew up in the hood. All right. If my mom tried to get a job, they were going to punish her. My father could not come around because she would get punished. We needed my father at the time. OK, he wasn't able to come around. Somebody, they in your business. You are basically the government owns you. It's not as innocent as just giving somebody money. This is what I don't understand about liberals. They love ideas, but they don't put human nature in it. OK, human nature says that I'll give you something, but I want something back. It's never just as innocent as a utopia. I'll just give you something because I love you. No, it's never like that, bro. Communism, it sounds great on paper, but it never works. Everybody gets to eat a certain portion. Everybody eats together. We're all happy. You do a job. You do what you want. It's never going to be like that because human nature. What I learned about liberals is that they love ideas and they think that people are so pure that they truly have no hidden agenda. That's false. And you will always lose thinking like that because you're gullible.
Been a reparation, it hasn't been this or that. It has been a welfare program, Great Societies Act that was built off of the idea of, hey, we get these families split up, we get these people living here.
So then let them keep the family together and keep all the money.
I mean, I guess so, but I guarantee you,
I guess so. Why would you not advocate for that?
So in your,
it hasn't happened yet. You can't advocate for something that hasn't happened. What I hate is that they truly, like I said, they truly believe in these ideas and just say, oh, boom, fix. It's never going to be fixed with human nature, bro. And a tyrannical government and a government that truly hates you. It's never going to happen, bro. You might think they love you because they say they do, but it's not true. It's just not true, bro.
Research of like history of this country and everything. Do you find like the Reconstruction era and like the failures of like what it wanted to be and then what it ended up being, and then which led into, had downstream effects to enter into the Jim Crow era, and you have policies like redlining that influence how schools are funded. The downstream effects of slavery, do you think put black people as generally in a worse off position than white Americans?
I think generation by generation, the effects of slavery have been diluted, but generation by generation, the effects of racism, welfare-based policies, and things of that nature became even more great. So in the 1880s or so, when we had our first black members of Congress, which were indeed Republicans, I think that was a great start for things. But obviously, we had terrible things that happened, like the Tulsa massacre, among black people being chased out of their homes by the KKK.
Sure. All
funded by the Democrat Party, all supported by the Democrat Party.
Well, I need to stop you there. Can you attribute not to the party, but to the ideology?
No. We have to hold them accountable. Fuck playing this mind game and try to, no. We holding them accountable, okay? It's that simple. They never tell you the history. If you're going to tell history, tell who's involved, okay? They pick and choose how they want to tell you history. It don't work like that because they want to tear down statues and all that other shit. They want to tell you what to believe, ain't your mama. And okay, tell me who was involved in this shit. When you talk about the KKK, who created it? What did they do? Who funded this shit? Why? You'll find out the same people that get majority of black votes hated black people. Okay? The same people who made welfare, okay? Under the false pretense of help. When you find out that your enemy is involved in helping you, how can you not be suspicious of what they giving you? It's like somebody making you food that has somebody that hates you making you food, bro. Like, ain't you gonna make sure they ain't? I know I'm hungry, but I'm gonna make sure they ain't spitting my shit, bro. That's how it is. But when it comes to Democratic Party, that's literally what they do. You have to be suspicious about anything that they give you because nothing is free. Fuck the idea, bro. Look at reality. That's conservatives. Red pill. Red versus blue. Fuck the ideas, bro. What are they doing? They hate human trafficking, but they love letting human traffickers enter this country without any type of ID. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Because I think when you think, regardless of whatever the party switch was, traditionally conservative values did not like. That's more aligned with more racist policies in this country. Like very
2020's conservatism to 1880s conservatism.
Yeah, it would be different.
Oh, I was loving the 1v4.
So personally, I feel like there's really only one thing that white people have a true advantage over black people with, and it's that white people are less likely to be forced into a box. It happens with black people onto other black people, but it especially happens with white liberals onto black conservatives, where we are told that we are supposed to think a certain way, be a certain way, and if we're not, then we're called all these names like etc. And
because they want us to be victims. You have to be a victim. Do you know how much of a victim that you are? No, wait. Who are you? You're a victim. Stop speaking like that, dude. Be a victim. That's who you are. That's your identity. I honestly, truly believe that's why Joe Biden said that. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Okay? It's the entitlement of the liberals to force you to think that you have to be a victim. That's who I see you as. So that's who you are. Okay? The entitlement of them.
First of all, is bootlicker, because I hate when a white liberal tells me as a black man that I'm a bootlicker, because then I ask, whose boot am I licking? Because you're telling me as a white person that me as a black person that I'm licking your boot because I don't think in this box that you want me to frame my mentality in. That to me is real racism. And
I literally think that, like I said, the Democratic Party has never changed, right? When it comes to that, it's just another way of enslaving you. Now it's mentally ideals. You can't believe this because you're black. You're not allowed to think outside the box. And if you do, you're a bootlicker. If you do, you're the black face of white supremacy. You are a part of the problem. You must not think outside this box. But to me, that seems like racism. Okay? The same person you telling me to run away from, the same person that you are.
We need to stop allowing to happen to us, because black people are so quick now to not branch out and to have new ways of thinking, or to go into careers like agriculture and these other career paths that black people don't typically get into. It's not because of racism stopping them from getting in there. It's because we're told for so long that you have to follow this path and you have to think a certain way.
I think America is a great place for a black person. I think I'm an American. Anything that's available to you is available to me and mine.
I've personally never experienced white people having way more privileges than me. Like, I'm sure you could find certain institutions where black people are treated differently, but in general, I don't think that I've missed out on anything because of being black. And if anything, it's given me more of a voice because people will want to hear what I say now because I'm black. So if anything, I have more of a platform now just on the basis of being a black conservative and saying what's not popular than I would if I was just a white person who was also conservative.
With this information, right? With this conversation, what I want people to do is start talking to each other. It's very hard for them to control you if you start speaking to other races, right? Black people talk to white people, see their experiences, see if they really live in like how they say they are. White privilege, does it exist? The only way to disable that mindset is to speak to people, meet new people, learn from them. Because I used to think that way because I was taught that. Like I said, I didn't know any white people until I got 18, until I was 18 going to college, bro. I didn't get that experience until way later. So imagine growing up in a hood full of black and Hispanic people, thinking that white people are living a way better life than you because they're simply white, okay? But outside of that, when you actually meet white people, not all of them are living well, okay? A lot of them are living like you, but you would never know that because you've been caught in the propaganda. But like I said, the way to fight that is to actually meet new people. And that's the video for today, guys, man. And I appreciate you guys for watching. Are you boosted? Are you fully vaccinated? How many boosters have you guys got? Watching this video, how many masks do you guys have on? Are you ready and prepared for the new lockdowns? Are you trying out new bugs to keep your carbon footprint low? Did you use the right bathroom today? Let me know, guys. South Central, we out.
We be really politicking while we whipping in the kitchen. God be my witness. At the age of 15, I was fighting my fitness.